right, welcome to this first episode of Trojan Poetry. For this episode, I have chosen a poem. Mike has not read the poem, and we're just going to dive right in. This is A Noiseless Patient Spider by Walt Whitman. A noiseless patient spider I marked where, on a little promontory, it stood isolated. Marked how to explore the vacant, vast surrounding, it launched forth filament. Filament, filament, out of itself, ever unreeling them, ever tirelessly speeding them. And you, O my soul, where you stand, surrounded, detached, in measureless oceans of space, ceaselessly musing, venturing, throwing, seeking the spheres to connect them, till the bridge you will need be formed, till the ductile anchor hold, till the gossamer thread you fling catch somewhere, O my soul. All right. The reason I picked this poem, I'm a big Whitman fan, and I really think it's cool that he takes something so small, right, just a little spider, you see him all the time, and he turns it into a symbol for his soul, right? And it becomes this thing of cosmic significance where the spider is, trying to find somewhere to make a web, to create a life, and then we have Whitman doing the same thing, right? The first half of the poem is about the spider trying to somehow find an anchor, and the second part of the poem is about him trying to find an anchor for himself. And he just takes it from that really, really small little spider up into the cosmos, right? And Whitman's so great at that. Something really small becomes all of a sudden something really, really big. And I just think that's awesome. And I really like the way he, obviously the rhythm, Whitman's so good at rhythm, the repetition of filament, 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 right, to emphasize just how hard this spider is working, ceaselessly, tirelessly. And then, of course, it changes and it becomes about him, and he's ceaselessly and tirelessly trying to make sense of the universe. And I just think, too, it's a symbol for poets, and that's why I thought it'd be a good first poem, right? Poets try to use words, and they put out words, and they're trying to make meaning, and it's hopeful, right? Eventually the bridge will be formed, right? In the second half of the poem, it will be formed, the anchor is gonna hold, it will catch somewhere. So he's really setting out this kind of optimistic, although it's gonna take a lot of hard work, right? This optimistic idea that eventually things are gonna make sense.
Well, I think it's interesting what you said at the end there about poets putting words out there and trying to express themselves, and yet the title of the poem is Noiseless and Patient. So I don't know, I just think that's an interesting image to consider. The other thing that I thought was interesting is the line 1, 2, 3, 4, where it launches filament, filament, filament. It's doing that same action over and over and over again. And in the second stanza, line 1, 2, 3, the verbs are different. Yeah. He's doing different things, where the spider is just doing one thing over and over. So I thought those were interesting things to take a look at in this poem.
All right, so that's it for us. Our discussion question for this poem is, what animal would you use as a symbol for yourself in the world?
Well, thank you for watching. Please join the conversation in the comments on YouTube or on Twitter at Trojan Poetry. You can also check out our website, trojanpoetrydgn.blogspot.com.